I hate her so much that flames on the sides of my face. I still haven't seen the Clue movie. I saw that first as a reference. Don't ask where. And then I saw the clip from the movie, and then I was like, wow, that's really funny. I should watch the movie. And I never got around to it.
Your video tipping the show. I am.
But lovers, you left me characters that you strongly dislike.
Hate, in fact.
Under the comments of this short and on my Instagram story. So, pro tip life hack, if you want to be featured in one of these, Instagram's probably your best bet. There's no ulterior motive to this. I would never. Welcome back to the Ranking Things series. For this one, I feel like I truly learned the most about you guys. You guys have some strong opinions, and so do I. Up top on the tier list, we have the worst. Here, I cannot agree with you anymore. Like, these are the worst of the worst of the worst. Right below that is hate, but not the worst. Self-explanatory. Underneath that is dislike, but they serve their purpose. Meaning, if it's written well enough, I'll dislike the character, but I won't be mad that I dislike the character. I'll be like, you know what? That's part of the story. There's gotta be some dislikable characters, you know what I mean? Under that is, I understand it, but I don't hate them. And below that is, how do you hate them? These are characters that I like. Like, straight up like, not even tolerate, enjoy. First up, we have Abe Lincoln from Clone High, which out of context, like, if you don't know Clone High, that sounds wild. Abe Lincoln from history? That is not the president you want to have problems with. But in Clone High, it's so funny. If you've never seen this series, they're teenage clones of historical figures, and a lot of the time they don't act anything like the person they were cloned from. Abe Lincoln, voiced by Will Forte, that's really his only saving grace, is that he's voiced by Will Forte, is somehow pulling bitches left and right. He's indecisive about it. He strings them along. He doesn't respect them. First, he's going out with the most popular girl in school, Cleopatra, and brushing off his friend, Joan of Arc, who's had a crush on him forever. He comes across as very unlikable. And listen, he doesn't have to like Joan. It's his cluelessness, and then the fact that he belittles her, and then once she's finally moving on, he's like, actually, I do like you. There are objectively worse things than leading people on and being indecisive. He did leave Cleo half naked on a bed to run after his friend. He wasn't even like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I had this realization. Cleo was just like, I think you like Joan. And then he went, oh, he ran away. He left a girl half naked on a bed that was ready to like,
bow chicka wow wow.
It's just so awkward. It's terrible. He's the worst. And they're really leaning into that in season 2 from what I've seen. I'm gonna watch it when it's out though too, even though it's on HBO Max. Stinky. I'm gonna put Abe in hate but not the worst. Next up, we have Donald Duck. It's weird because when I first read this, I was like, how? And then I thought about his voice and I thought about his anger issues and I really thought about it for more than half a second and I was like, yeah. Him and Daisy are just a classic American couple. You have anger issues, oaf, and quintessential Karen. Daisy would speak to the manager every time. However, I still somehow don't really hate them. I feel more indifferent towards them. They're the sidekicks. You know, they're there. I'm gonna say I understand it, but I don't. I got a lot of requests for DW. I had a lot. I think she kind of slays. I kind of love her. I'm sorry. Why don't you go to your own home and stop bothering us? The thing is, I so understand. I get it. But also what you need to know about me, and I take no pride in saying this, I was a DW type kid. Yeah, hard pill to swallow, but I was. Some people just have to be shitty when they're younger to get it out of their system. Oops. I don't like her career choice. Makes me wonder if she grew up to be well-adjusted. At the same time, I haven't watched modern-day Arthur, and maybe I can just ignore this fact.
DW stands for don't worry.
Gale from the Hunger Games. I had such a huge Hunger Game phase, I don't remember shit about this character, other than I was a PETA girly, and I didn't understand how anybody was Team Gale.
That's her pal from home that she had one scene with.
She clearly has more chemistry with Josh Hutcherson. But I will say, I do have a bias against Liam Hemsworth, so I'm trying not to let that sway me. I was born to run. I don't belong to anyone. I don't need to be loved by you. Fire in my tongue, can't fight the devil on my dong. Okay, I'm reading things that I forgot about. He killed Prim? Everyone's saying he didn't mean to kill her. Aww. I don't know if that makes it better. Katniss was telling him not to build these weapons of mass destruction.
They were made in a factory. A bomb factory. They're bombs.
I read all of the books. I hated the last one to the point where I watched the first 2 movies and none of the finale. So nothing stuck in here. I had a goddamn pin in everything and I don't remember shit. But I'm gonna say, based on all the information I've gathered, plus my initial reactions, hate but not the worst? Maybe he is the worst. I'll rewatch and get back to you. Gustav from SCP Animated. I'm so glad you guys brought up SCP Animated. And I hope that that series is continuing. I know animation is hard and that's probably why there's such big pauses.
But I'm getting worried.
Spoilers for this series. As you can see, I chaptered out everything. So if you don't want to be spoiled on things you haven't seen, you can just skip to the next section. I liked the twisty twist. I thought it was fun. I think he definitely serves a purpose. He was an excellent mole. Like an A-tier mole. This is the only S-tier mole.
No matter what people say, I won't have you surgically removed.
Dislike, but they serve their purpose. The only thing I wish they did differently is that a good 5 seconds before the reveal, they were making it really obvious it was him. It was just like a mini reveal before the reveal. Because they literally showed his silhouette. And it's like, what other character is shaped like that and has hair like that? But there was nothing to imply that earlier. At that point, just don't show that. We have 2 suggestions from Jimmy Neutron. We have Jimmy Neutron himself, the titular bitchular, and Cindy Vortex, the love interest. Thank goodness Athena P made a Jimmy Neutron lore video so we can catch up on all we missed. Oh, hi there. I'm just playing with my Tama Goddard. This is a gift I got from the stunning, amazing, wonderful Aunt Dina, and I put up a short of me reacting to it, and she put out a video of her creating this beautiful gift for me, and I cannot thank her enough. You guys gotta check that out. Sorry, I usually don't send you to other videos, but beep beep boop boop, beep beep. I was gonna say, oh, well, Jimmy's nicer to his friends, but he's not. They're both very condescending to their friends because they both have main character syndrome. The one saving grace about Jimmy Neutron is he is the main character, so, you know, his main character syndrome, while annoying, is at least based in reality.
Cindy, you're not that girl.
But the most wild thing is I still don't dislike them, but I dislike them sometimes. It's so based on the episode. No episode did they piss me off that it really stuck with me throughout the series, but it's just enough where I logically know these kids are little shitheads. I tend to see people who dislike Jimmy Neutron saying that Cindy can do better. I tend to see people that hate Cindy saying that Jimmy Neutron can do better. They are made for each other. I understand, but I don't hate them. What would the show be without Jimmy and Cindy? It would be Planet Sheen, so I can't hate these characters. Jughead from Riverdale. Let's go. I haven't even seen the series, but based on the clips I've seen, ew, I've seen enough. Memeable, sure. I was recreating scenes because it was just so pretentious and silly. It feels like Cole Sprouse is playing himself. Yeah, I know I'm making an assumption, but I've also heard anecdotes from people who have worked with him in real life.
He doesn't sound like a nice guy. I'm sorry to the stans.
Oh my gosh, there was one scene where he was like, a Vughead kiss might be precisely what it takes to save a future Vughead.
A Bughead kiss, right now in the present, might be precisely what it takes to save a future Bughead from imploding.
What? What the hell is he saying?
He's talking about, because my brain is imploding. I don't even cringe that often, but Riverdale just, ick. Ick, that's what the ick is. It's one of those shows where the love triangle is more like a love parallelogram. So he's saying that he should kiss Archie's girlfriend so that the weirdness is leveled out and there's no jealousy there. Big brain move. Big brain move. Riverdale was the catalyst for Velma. That's all I'm gonna say. Because when you take an IP that already exists and you just ignore everything about it that made it charming and likable, why not just create new characters? I'm gonna say Jughead's the worst. To the point where it's almost comedic. Like, at least I'm still having fun with it. But no, it's not like he serves a purpose. There's no reason why this should be happening, quite frankly. I got a handful of suggestions from Ruby from Max and Ruby, and one suggestion for Max from Max and Ruby. You are so brave for that. I've seen the very comedic, funny haha videos slandering Ruby's good name, but you guys need to chill out there. I'm just gonna say it, and that's coming from me. Notoriously unchill Athena P. I know that shithead kids exist. Truly I do. But they're just vibing.
Max and Ruby.
Ruby and her little brother Max.
Maybe if their parents were there to referee more. I don't even want to say butting heads because they don't fight. It's just Ruby has a certain way she wants to do something and Max has a certain way he wants to do something. If anything, I think it's relatable. Sometimes I have plans in my head and if they don't go exactly my way, it's hard to adjust. And that's as an adult. This is a child. I'm defending Ruby over here with my life.
You're so brave.
You couldn't have just a show with just Max, and you certainly couldn't have it with just Ruby. They go together like whamma llama bobbity boopity, whatever that song is from Grease. It's a charming show, and it's charming because of their silly, quirky, goofy little dynamic. I'm gonna put both of them in How Do You Hate Them? You just hate to see a girl boss and a boy boss winning. The Minions from Despicable Me and the Minions. I kinda liked them. Here is the thing. I get that it gives off annoying orange vibes. I get that it gives off random equals funny vibes. I get that mothers on Facebook memed it to death. It's a cultural movement. I liked The Rise of Gru. I haven't seen the first Minions movie, and I don't really intend to unless I make whole Minions-based lore, which I'm not above that. You need to understand I'm not above that. I'm kind of annoying. And you're gonna realize that. You're gonna accept me like how I have accepted the Minions into my heart. My heart is big enough for the Minions. Ooh, I'm so confused as to why I like them, truly. Because there's some times where there's like,
banana, banana.
and it's not great. It's not great. It's lazy, and they've become the mascot for Illumination, which, you know, we live with. We live. Is it post-ironic, or do I just have absolutely shit taste? Be sure to let me know in a comment. I go through all the held for review, and sometimes the held for review is very funny, and I just let them through. Even the ones that are insulting me, I'll be like, you know what? Based, though. I don't dislike them. I don't. I'm trying so hard to dislike them so I can appear to be a well-adjusted person, but I think that ship has sailed. I will put it at the lowest of I understand it, but I don't hate them. We have a handful from My Hero Academia, which, as you all know, I'm not up to date with because Crunchyroll/Funimation is absolute garbage. They keep crashing on me. I can't watch any anime. Can you be weeb it? That was really bad. I'm going to lose all of my subscribers with this video. A lot of you said Bakugo, which thank you. Thank you. Bakugo is infuriating to me, not just because he's an asshole, but because so many teens love him. And that makes me really uncomfy. I'm like, it's fictional, so it's not that serious. But if this is what you're looking for in a relationship, just somebody with serious anger problems that needs to go to therapy, that's not great. If he was a character that we're supposed to hate, then I would put him in Serves the Purpose. But I don't think we're supposed to hate him. People keep talking about this growth.
Growth? Where?
He doesn't threaten to kill him every 5 seconds anymore. Now he does it every 10 seconds. Fuck this guy. I was gonna put him at hate but not the worst, but I genuinely fucking hate him. He's going up there at the worst. The only person that will beat Bakugo is Mineta. Ew. Everything that turns people off about anime, this kid is. Creepy, pervy. Consent doesn't exist to him. One of the comments says he ruined grapes, which is hilarious. And true. Also, why did they have to make him look so unassuming? He looks like a 5-year-old.
I don't want to see a 5-year-old drooling and dreaming about boobs. That's kind of the last thing I ever want to see.
My Hero Academia is the best at making the worst characters. Tippy top of the worst. I don't know how anybody's gonna beat Mineta. Seeing not only his name, but also his face in my Instagram requests was a jump scare. Make up for the psychological damage by, I don't know, following me over on Instagram. The last one we have from My Hero Academia is Allmight. This confuses the shit out of me. I haven't kept up to date with it, so I don't know if I'm missing any context for this. I liked Allmight. I really liked Allmight. The first time he deflated full-on skeleton form was a jump scare and a half. It really scared me. It gives me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. Is it because he just gave Deku everything? He was like, damn, this kid's heroic. And I want to help him out because clearly he doesn't have any powers to begin with.
I thought it was generous.
Is it because of favoritism? Because I'm sorry, he's just correct. He's supposed to be equally excited about everyone's careers when Mineta's in the class. Bakugo's in the class. There's one kid that he has to eat sugar to just be super strong. That's such an inconvenient quirk. Some of these heroes simply do not have what it takes. Whether it's because of their personality or maybe their ability just sucks. or both. I wish you guys fought for your case more. One says the girls who get it, and I don't get it. So I feel left out. Why did you categorize him with Dumbledore? Is it just favoritism? I don't think it's a big deal. I'm putting this in how do you hate him because I'm genuinely confused. Somebody argue your case in the comments. Maybe you can change my mind. Murdoc from Gorillaz. And this is very interesting because I thought people loved him. I love Gorillaz. I always thought he was a creepy McCreep. I thought he was just rancid vibes, slimy. Oh, in the Saturn's Bars music video when he goes into the bath and it's a pile of shit. Here's the thing though. What would the music videos, what would the journey even look like without him? You know what I mean? He is the source of most of this band's chaos. He is entertaining. I don't like him. I don't think we're supposed to though. So I'm gonna say he serves his purpose. The Smurfs. But especially Papa Smurf. Now, what generation is this? Is this Katy Perry Smurf era? I know nothing about the Smurfs other than that. I know that they sing a happy song. I know that they live in mushrooms, which is pretty fucking cool, to be honest. Do we just hate collectives? Does it feel culty? I don't know enough about the Smurfs. I really just put this in there because I'm intrigued. I'm gonna end up having to Smurfs lore at some point. Not because anybody wants it, but because I need to make it. This is a journey I need to go on.
I need to know what this commenter's talking about.
In the least judgmental way as possible in how do you hate them, because I'm not saying that like, how do you hate them? I stan the Smurfs. I'm saying that like, how do you hate them? Tony Stark, Iron Man. Here's my personal beef with Iron Man, because I believe I saw the first movie in theaters when it came out, and it was, dude, so fucking boring. This was before Marvel inserted that humor of like, he's right behind me, isn't he? Which is the only thing that keeps me watching, because Marvel movies, I'm not sure if you know this about them, they're long as shit. I think his arrogance is the point of the character. However, isn't he like canonically a billionaire? I don't trust that. Stark Industries and all that. I'm sure there's video essay on video essay about if he's ethical or not, or if he's just a warmongering capitalistic machine.
What are you, some kind of man made out of iron or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I don't trust him. He definitely served his purpose though. Oh, I'm gonna sacrifice myself now. A snap, snap, snap. I'm gonna say dislike, but serves a purpose. Every time I do these videos, the 3 most suggested series are Steven Universe, Total Drama, and My Little Pony.
We kind of are the same persons.
Let's start with My Little Pony. We have 6 different characters that are disliked. Only 3 of them are from the main 6. First, we have Pinkie Pie. I don't think Pinkie Pie is relevant enough for me to hate her. In some ways, I can see why people don't like her. I don't think it's from like the hyperactivity, really high energy. Maybe it is. I feel like she's the kind of character to be like,
oh, you must be super duper duper sad, huh? You must be really sad.
And meanwhile, the person's like, yeah. Her energy is a lot sometimes, and she has trouble turning it off. That's kind of relatable to me, though. I don't particularly like her, but I don't dislike her. I think she is my least thought about pony in the main 6. I think it's really easy to ignore her most of the time. Smack in the middle of I understand, but I don't hate them, because I can't put her in how do you hate them, because I truly don't care about Pinkie Pie. They could have removed her from the main 6 and I wouldn't have known. Next we have Rainbow Dash, which is a bit more understandable. She's arrogant. She's unfiltered confidence. The Wonderbolts will see me right here at the gala. What is her element of friendship? I forgot. Wait.
She's loyalty?
Sorry, this is freaking me the fuck out. Honesty is Applejack and loyalty is Rainbow Dash? Switch those two! That is what the person who suggested Rainbow Dash said. That she doesn't represent her. Yeah. I can't even say like she serves her purpose. I wish I had a different category. Literally, I genuinely don't know. I had to add a completely new category for her, which makes me like her less. That was annoying. She also got in the way of the Rarity Applejack ship, which is superior, but we already talked about that in the shipping episode. Last member of the main 6 before we're moving on to the others, Twilight Sparkle. Always thought this girl was OP. Always thought she suffered from boring main character syndrome, which I actually don't even have a problem with, until she gets privileges that the others don't get. I don't know if you watch Izzy's, but they were talking about when they were watching the series series when they were younger, Twilight being an alicorn felt like a slap in the face, not just for the sanctity of alicorns, but also because it just disregards and discredits all the work the other main 6 did. I feel like they should also be special, but guess what? They're not.
It was just so unfair to me that out of a group of friends, only one would become an epic alicorn princess with cool wings, and I refuse to believe that they didn't plan for the others to transform as well.
At the end, that time skip, when she's like tall and majestic, and they just look like some common mares, it's insulting. It really grinds my gears to the point where I think I'm gonna put her at hate, but not the worst. Next, we have Starlight Glimmer.
Ugh, she is so the worst horse.
Don't even get me started. You got me started. It's too late.
Firstly, just appearance-wise, yes, I am look-shaming her. She looks like a fan-made Pony Sona, combining elements of Twilight and elements of Rarity. She's not visually distinct. I love the design of Sunset Shimmer. I think she should have been in the group. But instead, no, we get the cult leader who just won 80s out of nowhere. And she's Twilight's pupil. I hated seeing Twilight get even more power. And now she has power over a prior cult leader. Great. Great. What can't Twilight do? She can't make Starlight Glimmer interesting, that's for damn sure. Hate. Discord, I'm howling at the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. I don't get this at all, by the way. I wasn't really up to date on the last few seasons. Love his design. Love the chaos he caused. I love that he ended up with Fluttershy, too. I really like that ship. I don't understand this one. And I'm sorry. Lastly, we have Princess Celestia. And this one really confused me for a little bit because I was like, oh, she doesn't do anything. But that's why people hate her. She doesn't do anything, which is valid. She's supposed to be a ruler, and she's just like, yeah, I'll let these friends do it. Yeah, you can save the day with the power of friendship. I'm gonna take a nap. But she's really pretty, and she sells the toys. I don't have strong enough feelings to hate her, but I don't want to put it in dislike, but they serve their purpose. Because clearly she doesn't. So I'm gonna categorize her with Rainbow Dash. I genuinely don't know. Princess now for those of you who watch my Planet Sheen lore, you know she's going in the worst. I think this is the only person that can truly dethrone Mineta. And for those of you who have never watched Planet Sheen, do not know what I'm talking about, actually don't imagine that, but just, I'm letting you know, she makes unwanted advances towards someone a lot younger than her, knows it makes him uncomfortable, and continues. And the animation of her doing so is also disgusting. She just keeps licking him and it's terrible and I hate her and she is the worst. Velma from Velma. I can finally talk about the relevant thing because everyone and their grandma was making commentary videos about Velma from Velma. So I could say my piece now because it kills me to not talk about things. Every opinion I have to share. I can't keep shit to myself. I'm sure you've heard Velma, not great. I watched all the commentary videos. That wasn't me shitting on them. That was me saying there was so much content. She's uncaring to her friends. She doesn't have any redeeming qualities. She doesn't even solve the mysteries. A very selfish character. And with the way the show is written, again, I'm gonna sound like I'm rehashing the same talking points. The writing of this show is fresh garb because they don't know who they're marketing to. You have the comedy of Miss Mindy, who, what was the line? I have no filter like comedians before me too. Do you think that the people who are going to laugh at this joke are watching Scooby-Doo, where their precious characters aren't white anymore? Do you really think that that conservative-ass joke is going to land when no conservatives are watching this cartoon? Just so painfully idiotic. She's going in the worst. I hate it. I hate what that show represents. I hate that it got a season 2 from the backlash. It truly shows that any publicity is good publicity. Ugh, look at her and Jughead staring angrily at each other. Get a room. Yeah, that's the crossover we need. Oh yeah, that's the crossover. Yeah, give me some Velma x Jughead. Oh my god. Wait, why does that ship work though? Moving on to our 5 characters from Steven Universe. First off, we're starting off strong with Lars. I am going to defend Lars with my life right now. He is so weirdly well written for such a minor character. Everyone's like, oh, why was he trying to be cool when the cool kids would have accepted him for who he is? That's called being a teenager. Have you guys ever been an insecure teenager before? I I was totally 1,000% a Lars type. He is unlikable in a realistic way. It doesn't feel like too big of a 180 for character development. Like, he never did anything bad enough to where you're like, yeah, this guy is irredeemable. He was totally redeemable, and he was redeemed after a life-altering moment.
The dude almost died.
I think he deserved the development. I'm happy he got it. He totally served his purpose in the shitty department when he had to go through his, not even villain arc, just his shithead arc. We all have shithead arcs. I'm not even putting this in I understand it, but I don't hate them. I'm putting this in how do you hate them? Next up, we have Yellow Diamond. Voice of Patti LuPone. Faces like this.
She is mother.
Let me quote that Meghan Trainor song and just upset many. She is your mother. You listen to her. Stop all the mansplaining. No one's listening. Dislike but serves their purpose because she's not supposed to be likable, guys. Aquamarine. Oh my god, I hate that you reminded me of Aquamarine. I completely forgot about this character, and that alone makes me hate her so much because the concept at the start was pretty good. Like, from what I remember, wasn't she British? Are you my mom? Perfect little shit energy. I would put her in dislike but serve a purpose, but she didn't serve any purpose. Oh, in future, she fused with Eyeball and they were annoying as shit. Like, I didn't find it comedic. I was just like, this is a whole episode. This is a whole episode dedicated to this. I don't care. I truly don't care about her, and that's why I hate her. She's not the worst, but she could have been a lot better if they did anything. Jasper, if you suggested this and there was just the main series, I would have easily placed her in dislike but serves the purpose. Well-written villain. Her tormenting Amethyst, getting in Amethyst's head, making Amethyst feel worthless. Wonderful arc. I loved the way that was written. I just ended up feeling so fucking bad for her during Steven Universe Future. Like, I think she was punished enough, guys. I think she was punished enough. Hated the writing. I hate that they brushed her aside. They literally killed her just to bring her back so she can almost fall in love with her killer.
Heard you're leaving. I'm coming with you. Jasper, I'm going alone. Then who will protect you? I can protect myself. I know. Farewell.
It was disturbing. Can you imagine being killed by what is essentially the savior of all the other gems? Can you imagine feeling like, wow, even the leaders that were the ones calling the shots were redeemed and I'm not worthy of this redemption? It's very disturbing. It's like, I just feel terrible for her. I can't even hate her anymore because I'm just more like, are you okay, hon? Like, honestly. Lastly, we have Rose/Pink Diamond. Such a fascinating character. Genuinely such terrible decision making. She screwed over everyone she met. But if you think about it, she gave her own life to be someone better. She acknowledged, like, I'm clearly not doing what I need to do here, so I will transform quite literally into a person that is more capable of growth than I am. And objectively, even the biggest Steven haters out there could admit that Steven is better than Rose. She was right. The only thing that really pisses me off is the just straight up cruelty to Spinel. There was no reason that you had to do that to her. In some ways, I'm glad you did because the music in the movie, Everyone's gone on without you. My heart is breaking. Okay, I was gonna put it in I understand it, but I don't hate them. But I'm gonna put her in dislike, but they serve their purpose. Tori from Victorious, I don't hate her. I'm a Tori defender. She has some of the best songs. I mean, take a hint. Take a hint, take a hint. Oh, this is a very musical episode. Sorry, I keep singing. Victoria Justice is a great singer. She's so pretty. She holds her own. The ship between her and Jade. Come on now. I don't think she's as boring as people make her out to be. Every character's not a great person. You're gonna sit here and tell me that Jade's a good person? That Kat's a good person? That Robbie is a good person? Every single person in that friend group is a bad person. Not Andre. I don't remember Andre doing anything bad, actually. But everyone else? So if you're gonna hate Tori, you gotta hate the whole friend group, other than Andre. What did we learn? Andre should have gotten more solos. Andre is the best character. But other than him, I think Tori's like the next best. I do. How do you hate them? Yeah, I'll put her all the way over there. Sam Puckett from iCarly, however, talking about the Nickelodeon sitcoms. Sam Puckett was violent, and it was written off as like a quirky thing. We were supposed to like her, and as a child, I actually did think she was so funny. Ha, Buttersock, ha, let's assault people, let's go! And quite frankly, I'm really glad that Jeanette McCurdy is thriving outside of her association with this character. I don't like Sam Puckett. I think that Dan Schneider, there's multiple red flags with that man, but pushing these like really mean, aggressive characters to kids, that's also like a problem. Those characters can exist, but we need to explore them more than just, haha, funny. Sam likes swinging around a sock of butter, and Jade is obsessed with scissors and threatening people with scissors. Sam Puckett is one of the worst. Violet from Wordgirl. I already have a whole section of my Wordgirl lore video dedicated to how much I dislike her, and I'm glad that other people are sharing in that annoyance. I don't think she's the worst, however. But the problem with Violet, just to reiterate, is that she's written like we're supposed to like her. I hate, and I've met people like this, you have to walk on eggshells around them because, oh, I'm just so fragile and sensitive, and I'll cry if you say even like one mean thing about me, but I will roast you, but I will make you feel uncomfortable. Their boundaries matter so much to the point where you can't express yourself if they do something that messes with you because, ooh, they're just so delicate. Ooh, that like made me re-angry.
Can I put her at the bottom of the worst?
No, I'll put her at the top of hate. Stuart Little. The mouse guy? The guy who technically isn't a mouse but looks like a mouse? I'm pointing this out because I really want to do a lore video about this now. Your hatred of these characters that I'm confused by intrigues me so much. I just wanted to point it out just so it's out there. Let's go into all these total drama characters. First up, we have Justin. Justin at best is kind of funny, and at worst is like the Alejandro prototype that just was not as good. He wasn't as good at the game. He wasn't that interesting. Alejandro is what Justin could be if Justin wasn't stupid as all shit. I don't care enough about him to dislike him. I don't think he serves any purpose. I love Courtney, however. She's definitely a nag. She's a know-it-all. Her relationship with Duncan was not healthy on either side. But I think she's great. She's the best singer. She carried World Tour. Are you kidding me? Could you imagine World Tour without Courtney? Boyfriend kisser, you're gonna get what's coming to you if it's the last thing I ever do. I know a lot of people hate her, but I love that she's flawed. She's just a girl bossing. I think what we've learned is I have more leniency for ladies to be annoying. Annoying, not mean though. That's the distinction for me. Courtney's great. Courtney's a delight. Oh God, Sierra. What can I even say? Crosses multiple boundaries. It's that trope of like, ha ha ha, woman assaulting men is funny. Ew, it sucks. It's the same kind of comedy that was prevalent with Princess and it was around the same time period that this was coming out. Very, very uncomfy. And it's unfortunate because I really think the voice actor killed it. I love Sierra's vocal performance. I wish they did anything else with her. Yeah, that shit was just unacceptable though. Obviously she's going in the worst. I will say though, Cody's up there with her. Not as bad, but let's not forget how creepy he is towards Gwen. And what surprised me about Cody is that the online fandom seems to love him. Oh, he's bi with Noah. Noah would never. Noah's standards are way higher than that. If you read Total Trauma, you'd know that Noah is in a throuple with Owen and Justin.
Get educated. Read
a book. Read a comic book. But yeah, I don't like Cody. I don't. Dave from the season that didn't have the original characters, I forgot what it's called. What disturbs me about Dave is that when I was younger, I was actually really rooting for him, even when he was giving off super incel energy. Because I was like, oh yeah, I guess Sky did screw him over, but it didn't justify that reaction. And you're not entitled to shit, Dave.
He took the red pill.
Very, very unfortunate. He was literally howling because he said he was a lone wolf. He's a hop, skip, and a jump away from calling himself an alpha. I can hear Drew's laugh already. I'm so happy with how hated he is though, because it's justified. The worst! Lastly, we have Ezekiel. And listen, I know that in the first season, he said that sexist thing, and I'm not defending that, but he does turn into this, guys. I think he was punished enough. I'm gonna put him in, I genuinely don't know, Scrappy Doo. I have a really strange tangent about Scrappy Doo. In fact, I don't think that there's anybody that hates Scrappy Doo as much as I do. I have an illogical hatred of Scrappy Doo. When I was younger, I watched that live action movie, I forgot which one it was, and Scrappy pees on Daphne. For whatever reason, I'm not even sure why, younger me found that scene so disturbing. I was scared of the scene. I was scared of a dog peeing. This was the first thing that my brain latched onto and created as an intrusive thought for me. I'm not even joking when I say that. I literally would go up to my family members and be like, what should I think about? What should I think about? Scrappy Doo is scaring me in my brain again. I don't want to say he's the reason I have mental illness, but he pretty much is. Fuck Scrappy Doo. Last but not least, Warren the Worm, Eagle from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I love Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. In fact, I think it's one of my favorite shows. Warren is the worst, and I know he's supposed to be the worst, but holy shit. What a clingy, obnoxious. He made Yellow Guy's brain friends leave him. That scene was actually the saddest to me. It was when you see Yellow Guy's only escape in his mind also be taken from him. That's literally what Scrappy Doo did to me, dude. I'm sorry. It turns into a horror movie. Do you remember what Warren looked like by the end? He definitely served a purpose, but I definitely more than dislike him. He is going at the top of the food chain, baby. You did it, Warren. Butt lovers, I sure hope you annoyed. What? Butt lovers, I sure hope you enjoyed and you didn't get too annoyed, is what I meant to say. Wow.
I sure hope you're annoyed.
Have a great day. See you next time. Bye.